What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autobahn. My name is Max, and today you join me at the Autobahn with a very special modified BMW M3 G80 for sale at Kallenhart. Used to be owned by a lady in a wheelchair who was a driving instructor at BMW Driving Experience, and this was her daily. It has been modified to fit her. It has like a lever to control throttle and the brake. We also have like a hand-fitted remote to operate the throttle, which we're going to try today. So I'm going to show you what it is like. It also has a modified door and a winch, so you can get your wheelchair in there. It is super cool. I've never seen it before in real life. I've never driven it, so we thought it would be a cool thing to show you guys how that works. And also, if you are in a wheelchair and you are looking for something like this, it is for sale at Kallenhart, so go check them out if you are interested. We'll do a quick walk around, I'll show you the spec, and then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. So it is a Brooklyn grey BMW M3 competition with the stock wheels, the black ones, 275 19-inch at the front, the perforated discs, the red calipers, M3 competition on the side there, nice side skirt, 285s 20-inch at the rear. Of course, we've got the carbon roof as well. The right rear is just a regular door and seating. Trunk also just regular. We do have some protective stuff here which fits the inner side of the driver footwell. I'll show you that as well. Stock exhaust, we've got the nice little spoiler, and this of course is where it starts. So this is not a normal door anymore. I'm going to switch the angle so you guys can, you know, watch it with me. This, like fisheye, is a bit easier because I have a bigger like frame to work with. So you come up to here. We've got these mountings, that's for the protective stuff I showed you in the back. So I guess it's to protect the car and the door sill. It does have some protective stickering over there as well, because that is for the wheelchair. So you drive up, I guess, then she pulls down this seat and goes from the wheelchair onto the seat, I guess. Yeah, I think so. Then use this button. You've got a panel here, so use this button to open the door, which slides open, and then you've got this access, as you can see. Very cool system. It's like a big arm. All right, so we're still here. So the wheelchair is over here, so you have to fold in the wheelchair, get it up to the door sill with like the big wheel at the rear, get this hook, and then you can use this button to operate the winch. So you get the hook and you hook it up to the wheelchair, and then you press the button and the wheelchair has been being pulled into the car onto this carpeted like ramp thing, and then you can close the door by clicking here, which is nice, and then slide onto the seat, get in the car, and then you can fold away the table or the seat, and then you can go. We've got a lever here that controls both throttle and brake. So if you push, you brake. If you pull, that's your throttle. Other than that, it is completely stock. It's like completely normal. It's just a regular M3 competition. Nice spec with that light gray. Do like that. So yeah, that's how it works. I guess I don't have like a manual, but that's how I imagine that this would work. But it does all work very well, and it's super smooth, and it kind of looks cool if it's open. Like, I don't know why. It is like because you've never seen it before, an M3 with this. Well, I haven't. But yeah, very cool. So let's get in. We've got a couple other buttons. So we've got this panel, control panel. The one on the left is for the door. The one next to that is for the winch, and then you've got the charger for the remote that I'm going to show you, and then you've got the battery. So this is when the car sits for longer than a day, you need to turn it off completely because otherwise the door will drain the battery. You've got the lever here, push, pull, as I said. Feels very sturdy actually, it's pretty good. And then in here I've got the remote. So how this works is you get that on your hand like that, and then you sort of move this arm to feel comfortable with your thumb like that. And then I've got two more buttons. So this is for the power limit, so I can go and turn that on, and it limits the power to 50% of the car, so it's like 255 horsepower, I guess. And then the one on the right activates the remote. So let me just show you. I'll start it up. Okay, I'm going to try not to use my feet. It's going to be very difficult because it's such an, you know, automatic thing, but I'm going to try. So brake, start it up. Okay, and then I've got throttle and brake, and then if I press that, it activates the remote. So I don't have any throttle more. So I don't have any throttle anymore, as you can see. I can turn that on. So you move this to sort of feel comfortable on your thumb, and then you've got throttle on your thumb, which is super nice. It actually works a lot better than this because you can just have both hands on the wheels, obviously, but also you can use the pedals. You still have to brake with the lever though. So let's get the seatbelt on. No, you have to be careful with that. Oh, don't use your feet. Okay, so brake and automatic. I've got M1 set up in automatic mode, and then four-wheel drive sport. I thought about sliding, but the car still has to be sold. And also, I don't know, sliding with manual controls I thought was a bit sketchy. So release brake, and then I'm going to operate the car by hand. Oh, it all works pretty well. It's just the whole idea that everything is so instinctive, like you immediately use your feet. But it does, you sort of get used to the idea pretty quickly. So it's Fadil Italiana, the brand of the remote at least. And then you use that to slow down. You can use your left hand to change gears. And then I have to throttle. Okay, so this actually, it does work pretty freaking well. Well, obviously, because you need to be able to drive it, but I mean, as like someone who's not used to it, it also works pretty damn well. So can I, to go full throttle, I do need a little bit more angle, I think, but oh, brake. Oh. It's like there's a lot going on. Everything, normally you do the same things, but now because you do everything with your hands, it feels like you have to, I don't know, do it and then switch to another thing, which is not really the case, because I could also just have my hand on the brake and drive with one hand basically, and I have my throttle here, which is actually pretty convenient, because you can just be, you can also be like this. You always have it over here. It's pretty cool. Oh, yeah. Yes. So of course the person who drives this car is a driving instructor at BMW driving experience. 109,000 kilometers is on the car. Oh, let's go. Yeah. So she really did daily it, and I mean, yeah, it's just it's not weird. It shouldn't be weird, because of course someone who is in a wheelchair can also be a petrol head and a really good driver, but you don't really think about that stuff, right? Until you drive something like this, and you imagine how someone is driving this and using it, and I think that's really cool. Okay, so we're going onto the Autobahn. Oh, brake. It's the sequence of things you have to do to get those, like, that operation smoothly. That's, I think, the most, the thing you have to get used to the most. Is the things themselves work really easily and very intuitive. So get it back into drive. Oh, it was already in drive. So I don't think, yeah, we do. I think that's the kick down. So with this one you also have, so if you want to use this one, oh, it doesn't work, we have to use this one. I'll show you later. So this is full throttle. So we have the full power now. I'm not going to do it with 50%. I think it's mainly there because, for instance, if it's wet or cold or whatever, snow, then it might be a little bit less easy to operate something like this. Maybe it's a little too sensitive, and I think maybe then you have 50% and then you can use this, or you can use this. Maybe is even easier than this. I think this is a bit, because the throw is like very short, so maybe this is a bit easier to modulate. Spec, limited at 250. I also want to brake from 250. Let me just see how that feels. So car going left, we have to brake. Trying to modulate that as well. That's actually really doable. I thought, because the G-forces sort of, you know, they force you the same direction as you have to operate the brake. So I thought when you go forward, you kind of press the brake harder, but that's not really the case. I haven't used my feet. So it just works like a regular M3 basically, which is awesome. I think with your hand as well, you would definitely be able to get this, well, almost the same pressure as your feet on the brake. Especially if you get used to that, I think you can brake pretty hard. Yeah, but you don't really have to press that hard. Okay, so I'll also show you the throttle lever. So just slow down a little bit. And then we hit that button. So our regular throttle is activated. This doesn't work anymore, as you can see. So now you just pull this. And then with this one, I just noticed that you also have like you can go beyond the resistance, so do like the full kick down. You can actually see it click, so it operates the full 100% of the throttle. As with everything, basically, you get used to it, and if you don't know anything else, it will just feel super natural, I think, especially with this one. Super cool. Massive thanks to Colin Hart. Car is for sale over there. I can't imagine that there's another one out there for sale right now, but you never know. But this is a very nice spec, 109,000 kilometers. It works really well, as you can see. It's awesome, and anyone can do it basically. So it doesn't really take a lot of getting used to, which is very nice. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this, something different, so really cool. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. Check out this video on the right, playlist on the left, and we'll see you at the next one. Bye.